Hello guys and welcome back to SWTOR Central, and in this video we're going to be doing an overview of the Dark vs Light event along with my final thoughts. So ladies and gentlemen, please sit back, relax, because this video is about to get awesome. Alrighty then guys, as you all know, I did actually achieve legendary status in the Dark vs Light event a few days ago. It took me around 3 months playing the event on and off to achieve legendary status. Now the only reason I played it on and off was really just because I didn't want to grind the event out all at once and focus too much on it, because I know that I probably would have lost interest very quickly and then I would have just given up on it. So what I want to do now is just kind of have a little overview of the event and how I just kind of feel about it now. As you know, I did make a my thoughts so far video on the event before it started, and I definitely had a very strong opinion about having to start at level 1. So that's actually what I'm going to start with here. So making a fresh level 1 character was a must for the event. It was something that you had to do for the event to be able to participate in any of the objectives. This really annoyed me because, as I said in my first video, I have no immediate desire to just make a new character and play through the game again. However, at this time I was under the impression that we were going to have to play through the story. I don't know why I was under that impression, but I was. When I say play through the story, what I mean is play through the base class story of each individual class. But when the event came out and I saw what I needed to do, we actually didn't need to go through any of the story. All we actually needed to do was just level up the character. We could use any method that we liked. So obviously when I saw this, I actually felt a lot better about having to create a level 1. I wasn't happy about it still, but I definitely felt a little bit better about it, especially knowing that I wasn't going to have to play through that god-awful consular storyline. So completing the first couple of tiers of the event, along with leveling up my first character, it all went by pretty quickly. To be honest, I didn't really see that much of a problem. However, I was still quite reluctant to do it. It seemed to be every time I logged back in to go back to do the event, I just kind of asked myself, why am I doing this? And honestly, the only answer that I could come up with was you guys, because I'm making videos for you guys on this. And I'm really going to enforce this here, guys, because I definitely would not have played through this event if it wasn't for making videos for you guys. I would have taken one look at it and said no, and then I just wouldn't have done it. I might have done the first couple of tiers maybe if I was bored, but apart from that, nah. Probably not. So basically when it came to the leveling of the characters, I just really felt like it was pointless, to be honest. I honestly don't understand why we couldn't have just taken one of our high level characters and just gone back and done the objectives that we're given. Because the only objective for leveling up those classes was just purely that, just leveling them up and getting them to 50. Well, you'd have to get 6 of them to 50 and you'd have to get one of each faction to level 65. So it did just kind of feel really pointless to me. But then when you look at it from a different perspective, you just got to kind of look at the point of the event. Because the point of the event was supposed to be Dark versus Light, and the way that they were trying to achieve this was by getting people to choose a side and then choose Dark or Light side dialogue options in game, which would decide the fate of which one wins. But then when you look at it again, I could have done that with one of my higher level characters. Let's say for example I create a fresh level 1 and I go from 1 to 50 with a method of leveling that I choose, whether it be flashpoints or heroics. I would have made the exact same Light or Dark side options with the higher level character that I already had, because I still would have used the exact same method to go through the objectives. I think really the only point that they had for this was just for the pure fact of leveling, and that was it. Which when it comes to leveling, it's not really that challenging, is it? It's not, let's face it. I mean, like, seriously, whoever came up with this having to level 8 different classes for the event, really? Really? I'm really going to stand by that. Okay, I actually do have one positive point from leveling the characters, but bearing in mind this is only one positive point, and that was during the leveling, because I had to choose a method to level with, I chose leveling with heroics. Now in my achievements, I actually don't have all of the heroics completed for each different planet, because there is actually an achievement for completing all the heroics on each planet, and I made some really good progress with these achievements while leveling up the new characters. That is literally the only positive that I can think of that came from doing that, which in my eyes is just not good enough. I mean, I guess it's a positive because I got it, but for me personally, it's not good enough. I really don't feel like these little achievements that we get that pop should be considered a viable reward for anything. It's like saying, hey, you go do this and I'll reward you by letting you tell other people that you did this. See what I mean? Also, while doing the event, I did experience a few nostalgia moments, but ultimately these weren't really enough either. I know I'm probably really sounding like a hard to please person at the moment, but you really just have to understand where some of us are coming from when we say that we've played the game and we just don't want to play it again. Now, your response can't really be, well, don't do the event then, because sure, we can choose not to do the event like I would have done if not for making videos. However, this is our game and we do pay and we support the game, so it did really feel like a bit of a stab in the back when they release something which is more targeted towards the new players. Now, I can understand needing to bring in new players and giving new players the opportunity to do something really cool as well. However, this event was pretty much just entirely targeted at new players because this was just really not veteran friendly. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've made my point there. As a veteran player, I didn't really want to do the event. Now, if I am to change my view on this and kind of look at it from a new player perspective, then the event is great. You're given a bunch of different objectives to do with incentive from rewards. But that's what I kind of want to move on to now, actually, the rewards. So for completing the first level, which is heroic level, we are given 5 packs as well as an in-game title. Okay, so I guess that's decent considering the first level was really easy to complete. For the second level, which is legacy level, we are given a mini pet along with our first couple of pieces of the Victorious Pioneers armor set, which is the XP set, along with 10 packs, and the in-game title, the Destined Victor. Okay, so we've got a few more things this time. That's pretty cool, I guess. Again, we've not really having to do much since the second level was also fairly easy. Upon completing Valiant level, you will be eligible for the rewards of the Victor's Trailblazer bike mount, some more of the XP Legacy set, 10 more Dark vs. Light packs, and another title, the Valiant Victor. Okay, so I'm kind of starting to see a little pattern here. And for the Valiant level, you didn't really have to do that much, but you had to play through the story, which obviously you wouldn't have wanted to do if you were a veteran player, but if you're a new player, sure, why not? Then moving on to Champion level, which is the 4th level. When you complete this one, you get the Victorious Trailblazers armor set, which looks disgusting, by the way. However, that's my opinion. You can feel however you like about it. You also get the last of the XP set, so you'll now have the entire set, along with getting another in-game title, the Champion Victor, and another 15 Dark vs. Light packs. Now, I'll say this, and I'll say this now. So going up to Champion level just to get the Legacy set, I'd say is probably a good enough reward because you now get to keep that forever and send it to all of your alts for whenever you need to level faster. It's something permanent, it's not something you have to pay for like an XP boost, so yeah, a great reward. Moving on to Eternal level, the objectives that you had to complete to finish Eternal level were actually pretty simple, considering you probably would have already done those objectives before you even got to the Eternal level. Maybe not the complete 5 rounds of the Eternal Championship, but you most likely would have leveled 2 characters to level 65. So Eternal level should have been one of the easiest ones to do. The reward for this level is the Eternal Victor title, another 15 Dark vs. Light packs, as well as one of the companions which will be decided at the end of the event. Okay, so we have the Merciless Darth Hexid companion, who is the Zabrak Sith companion, and then you have Master Ranos, who is the kind of rule-breaking Jedi, which we'll all get if Lightside wins. Okay, so I'm going to be coming back to these companions in just a second, so let's go on to Legendary level. Okay, so for Legendary level, we definitely needed to do a lot. This is by far the biggest grind. In fact, a Legendary level alone would have taken a lot more time than completing any of the other tiers, probably tenfold. So the rewards are the Victor's Titan Turret Tank mount. It's a unique mount which will probably get skinned if I know BioWare at all, and we also get the Victorious Titan's armor set. Now, I don't know if this is just me, but I cannot find an image of the Victorious Titan's armor set anywhere. So if you have one, please let me know because I want to know what it looks like. I'm assuming it's the armor set that the person's wearing who's on the tank mount in this picture. So I'm assuming I've just missed it somewhere. So if anybody knows where it is, please post a link down below so I can find it. And then I'll kick myself in the face for being stupid. You also get 30 of the Dark vs. Light packs and you get the in-game title, the Legendary Victor. Alright, cool. So we get a bunch of rewards for doing Legendary. Are they worth it? No. God no. For the amount of time I just spent doing that entire event, do you really think that what I want in return is a mount, which you're probably going to reskin, an armor set, which I can't seem to find a picture of, and a bunch of packs, which are probably just going to give me useless crystals, and a title, which I am probably never going to use? Wow, I sound so butthurt right now. Now, I know that the packs are always a gamble, but throughout all of the packs that I received from doing this event, I only got just a couple of good things. I honestly can't imagine how much bad luck some people had. In fact, I'm also fairly certain I didn't get an entire armor set of anything from those packs. They should have just done something different, like give you tokens which you can go take to a special vendor which has all of the items from the packs in, and you can just use your tokens to purchase whatever you want from the vendor, obviously limiting what you can buy with the amount of tokens that you have earned. I mean, for example, let's say you completed legendary level and your reward is, let's say, something like 300 dark versus light tokens. You go take those tokens to the dark versus light vendor, and then you can buy something like the Cathar Honor Sword for 80 dark versus light tokens, or maybe the entire Tulak Horde armor set for 150 dark versus light tokens. You know, do you kind of see where I'm going with this? Because I kind of feel like that kind of system would have been a lot better. Okay, now let's just flip back to these companions, because I really want to just talk about those for a second. Now, the entire point of the event, as we know, is dark versus light, but honestly, to me, it did not feel like it was dark versus light. It just felt like a bunch of grindy objectives that I needed to do, and nothing to do with making dark or light side options. I mean, if you used to go and look at the dark versus light side bar thing that they have, the little comparison thing, it barely moves at all. I'm actually wondering how many people are taking it seriously enough to actually participate in making dark or light side choices. I honestly think that this comparison bar they've got is going to determine how successful this event was in respects to it being dark versus light. And considering it just really hasn't budged that much at all, I'm just going to go ahead and say that this event was a fail. Okay, there it is, it's a fail. You know what, I appreciate that they tried to give us something to do until the expansion comes, but honestly, this event was just completely useless to anybody that had already played the game. So basically, guys, I myself was just not happy with the event. You know what, I'm glad I did a video series for you guys, that much was fun at least. But apart from that, I honestly just don't think that this event had enough incentive or motivation for anybody to actually participate and take it seriously. The biggest example here being the companions. We already have so many companions in game. Do people really want another one? I don't know, guys. I mean, this is just my views on the matter, and this is just my opinion. And do you know what? I would just love to know what you guys think about this. So if you've played through the event and you're a veteran player or you're a new player, then please just post down below what you think about this. Also, keep in mind that I reserve the right to my own opinion. So if you don't agree with me, then that's fine, but you don't need to attack me in the comment section. And the chances are that if you do so, I'm probably just going to ignore you. However, if you actually have something productive to say and you're willing to spark a debate or anything like that, then please do so, because I am more than happy to reply to you down in the comment section. I'm really sorry if this video kind of took a turn for the worst after talking about this, but I don't know, I guess I just got a little bit worked up after getting into the topic. I definitely have a very strong opinion on it. Okay guys, that's going to be the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, then please smash that like button, and if you haven't already, then make sure you subscribe. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next one.